Hey everybody, it's Brad at Dayport Brothers LLC out in Versailles, Ohio. Gonna do another walk around video followed by an operational video on this Kubota M6800 that came in and we're putting up for sale. Like always, I'll walk around, I'll talk about the features and functions. I'll get up close to everything, I'll show you everything that I see, tell you everything that I know, and then of course we'll fire it up and run it through its paces. Show you that the pins are nice and tight up front, show you the 3-point and the PTO, let you hear the engine, lift the loader, dump the bucket, drive it around. As always, if you are in the market for a used tractor, a used piece of ag equipment, or a used piece of construction equipment, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Your likes and subscriptions help other people who are looking for equipment find our videos and find our machines, and we truly do appreciate it. All right, like I said, this one's a Kubota M6800. I don't have an exact year model. Kubotas aren't in our books because they don't do their serial numbers the same way and their year models the same way everybody else does, so I don't have an exact year model. It is cab, heat, air, 4-wheel drive. It's got the LA 1002 front loader with skid steer mount quick attach and third function front auxiliary hydraulics. It's got the 8-speed hydraulic shuttle shift transmission, 2 rear remotes. It's got new front tires, a radio, 1,111 hours. So here in a little bit, we'll crank it up and we'll show you the pins up here, nice and tight. As you'll see here, as I get up close to everything, the paint on the loader is fairly bright. Some of the cylinders you'll see are faded. They're a different color. If you're at all familiar with Kubota equipment, the cylinders always seem to fade a little different color. The loader fades just a little bit different than the hood. So you'll see that the cylinders are a little more faded, but nice and straight. Sorry in advance, I don't know if the audio's off. It's really windy out here and really cold, so I'm trying to shield the microphone here a little bit the best I can. But as you can see, they're pretty darn straight. Like I said, this paint here is pretty bright. The cylinders are a little faded. Decals are pretty good. I don't see any big bows or dents or dings there on the loader arm. Like I said, brand new front tires. The other ones weren't all the way wore down, but they were starting to get a little weather checking, and we just thought this tractor deserved to have good front tires here, and the rears are decent. Taking a step back here and looking at the front rim, as you can see there, shows some fade, has some scuffs and scratches around the edges. Again, these are fully pre-emission tractors, 70 horsepower. They were very popular. They just were good tractors. Looking at the fender on this side here, as you'll see, shows a little bit of fade. Obviously, it's got some age to it. A little bit of a scuff and scratch right there, but very straight. Fenders don't seem to be cracked. Down underneath the fenders on this side, as you can see there, that paint's still nice and bright underneath there. No excessive rust or anything like that, just typical little bit of surface rust here and there where it's got some scuffs and scratches. Looking at the rear tire on this side, I'm going to say we are probably 40 to 45% tread depth there. I think I'm being pretty fair. A little bit of weather checking starting, just some little checks here and there. Sidewalls have just a little bit of checking in them there as well. Definitely some life left there though. Taking a step back, looking at the rear rim on this side, matches up pretty well to the front. Kind of faded around that outer lip and has some scuffs and nicks in the paint. A couple little chips here and there. Coming around to the back, 3-point arms does have the extendable 3-point arms. Drawbar's good. 540 PTO. Like I said, 2 rear remotes. Taking a look back here on the rear axle, everything looks pretty good back here. Inside of the fenders here, a little bit of a dent there. This side's nice and straight. Sorry, it's real windy here. I'll try to block that. Looking at this rear tire, as you can see there, tread depth is about the exact same as the other side. Does have some weather checking, a little bit of a nick right there. Same thing here on the sidewall, just a little bit of weather checking. Taking a step back, looking at the rear rim on this side, matches up really well to the other 2 that we've looked at. Again, a little bit of paint fade, nothing I wouldn't expect for a tractor of this era. and some chips and scratches here and there, but nothing out of the ordinary, nothing egregious. And underneath the fender here on this side, again, everything looks good underneath there. Front tire, again, new on this side. And that rim here looks pretty similar to the other front rim. Maybe this side has just a few more nicks and scratches, kind of a nick down there on the bottom. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Looking at the loader arm on this side, again, very similar to the other side. The orange up here is pretty bright, but the cylinders do show some fade. I don't see anything that looks like it's been cracked or welded or plated anywhere on the loader arms or the back of that skid steer mount plate. As you can see, the bucket, they always fade it to a different color as well, or a little faster. It's a little different color than the rest of the loader, but it is nice and straight. I don't see any big bows in the bucket. Cutting edge looks pretty straight. That brace down here looks good. Here, like I said, front auxiliary hydraulics. Grill guard looks pretty good. Just a little bit of paint chipped here and there. Up here, the front of the nose, everything looks pretty good there. That mesh has a little tiny cut right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the rest of that hood, again, that paint's pretty darn bright on the hood. Couple little scuffs here and there, but hood's pretty bright. Probably won't be able to open that hood with one hand here. I'll try, maybe. Oh yeah, got it. Looking up here, as you can see, everything looks pretty good in here. Bottom side of the hood looks good. We'll go over here and see what we can see on the side of the block. If I can get my camera in here. All right, as you can see here, very clean. Good and dry. I don't see anything running down the side of the block. Oil pan's good. Everything back there looks good. Does have a block heater there. Go around to the other side. And get in a little better on this side with the loader valve and stuff not being in the way. So as you can see there, nice and clean. Nice and dry. I don't see any oil or diesel or antifreeze running down the side of the block. Trying to just hold steady there so you can kind of see it's very clean in there. Front axle looks good. We'll take a look at the cab and the interior. All the glass looks good. I don't see any cracks or spider webbing in any of the glass. Steps are good here on this side. Where you step in, it's nice and clean here. That floor mat's nice and no tears there that I'm seeing. It's got a little dirt in here, little wet from us climbing in and out. We've already done the operational video. Obviously you can see there's a ton of snow on the ground. There's a bunch of ice underneath that snow. You'll see at the end of the video when we lift the front end up to show you the four-wheel drive working. All four tires spin at first. It's just a solid sheet of ice underneath there, but all the pedals look good. Floor mat looks good. Taking a good look at the seat here. No cuts or tears. I don't know how well you guys can see it. The fabric is getting thin down here and here. Same thing with the back. No cuts or tears. Getting a little thin down there. Headrest looks good. Armrests look really good on both sides, as they should for a 1100 hour tractor. Obviously you'll see in here all this plastic, still very bright, not all faded out. Gear shift lever's good, throttle, your 2 rear remotes, loader controls, dash. As you can see here, all this plastic up here, nice and clean, nice and bright still. Nope, nothing's cracked or busted up here. Hydraulic shuttle shift lever's in good shape. As you can see, 1111.2 hours. The hour meter does work. Your lights, button down, everything down there looks good. Try to show you the headliner. As you can see here, the headliner is very clean. I don't see any stains. Doesn't look like there's been any water stains. Your buttons up here look really good. HVAC controls. The 3 vent things up there look good. Your radio, sunshade. Everything looks really good there, which it should. Does have tilt steering wheel. All right, like I said, this one's a Kubota M6800, 70 horsepower, no emissions. Lots of photos on our website. That's listed down below in the description. If you have any questions, comment down below. We'll try to answer them for you. We'll get that hood shut. We'll fire it up. Get right into the operational video.